Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to give you an update, and I apologize. I've been very busy with the holiday weekend, and today got tied up into a space call that I just got off of about a half an hour ago regarding BBIG. So I'm a little crunched for time right now because in Boston it's already after 10, but I just wanted to give everybody a quick update on Redbox, REVMULN, and MULN. Guys, I'm still very active in these plays. I haven't gone anywhere. I hold all my shares, haven't sold. But I do want to update you on what I see going on and, of course, the ortex info. So I'm going to give you a quick analysis and the ortex info at the end. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a great night, everybody. Okay, guys, so I'm going to start with Redbox, and there is no current news that's come out recently on Redbox. I did just check, and I don't see anything significant. So what I'm looking at right now is the daily 1-year chart, and I want to show you that we have just made the golden crossover with the 48. So the 50 is probably really close by it as well, and perhaps we get that movement tomorrow is what I'm hoping for, because I want to point something else out too. If you look at my highlighted green line here for the 13 and the blue, the 28, you see that the 13 crossed under the 20 SMA at the same time that we got the higher crossover of the 48 over the 200. Now, if we go back a little bit in the chart towards the end of May, you'll see that the last time the 13 crossed under the 20, it started making moves up again. And it wasn't long before the stock price went from that $3.50 range on the day that it did it back up to over $9 before it went down slightly again and crossed briefly. Actually, that was when the 20, when the 20 crossed above, it went from $3.50, which is what's happening right now, to $9. And then when, and then it came back down to that 560-ish range, and the 13 crossed back above, and that's when we got that spike to over $18, guys. So again, that move initially indicated a move up, followed by a couple days down, followed by a big move up. So if history repeats itself, plus we're getting that golden cross, I think we're going to see a nice move up. That's what I am expecting. The shares on to borrow is very hard to find right now. During part of the day, there were none available, but then I was updated that on some of the higher end brokers like Centerpoint, you can still borrow shares. So they are able to locate some, guys. Of course, we all know that the cost to borrow is ridiculous, but I'll get into that with the ortex information. I just wanted to show you what I'm looking at on the chart and the fact that we do have this cross. And I really think that their price action was shorting this down the last couple days and trying to entice shorts to short is because they wanted to lessen the significance of this golden cross. And again, if I change this, actually, let's do it right now while you're watching. Let's change this to the 50 and see if it makes a difference as far as that cross goes. Guys, looky. Exactly as I thought, that it was just slightly below. Tomorrow, we get the 50 cross. Check this out. See, we're just below it. So as long as the price goes up tomorrow, that golden cross is tomorrow. So I expect a big day tomorrow. Happy to see this. I'm glad I did that. Well, I have you guys here. All right, guys, stay to the end so you can get the ortex update and see what happened with Redbox today. I'm just going to quickly review REVMULN and MULN and then do the ortex info for all. Okay, guys, now we are looking at REVMULN's daily 1-year chart. And as you can see, we are actually looking very good, guys. We made that 1348 crossover on the daily today, which is what intrigue this move up. And it looks like tomorrow or the following day, we should be getting the 20 crossing above the 48, guys. What I'd like to see happen is all three start curling up to cross above the 200-day SMA. So the chart is looking very juicy to me. I'm liking what I see here. And if you notice the pattern, it also looks like we're forming a nice bull flag. So hopefully we get a nice big break to the upside. And again, we will continue with the ortex data in just a moment. Okay, now we have MULN's daily 1-year chart. And guys, this chart does not add up. As you can see, the 13 crossed above the 48, and we have gone down since that has happened, which is not normal movement. Could this be related to the fact that David Mitchery did not announce the Fortune 500 company by the end of the second quarter as he had promised? I strongly suspect that it is. However, let's look at today because it's quite interesting. Guys, this is the daily chart of MULN. Does anything about this chart look normal to you? Absolutely 100% no, it does not. And interestingly enough, this is the exact same pattern that we saw today with BBIG. MULN is trading in what is called barcode pattern. So as you can see, this is going straight basically within the same, 1 to 2 cent range for long periods of time, an hour, 2 hour, and they don't move much, guys. And as soon as they start to make a move, they tend to short it right back down. Tries to go up, they bring it right back down. As you can see, the big one up here from Friday at market close, what do? The minute that they could this morning, they shot it right back down. Or this could have been at end of day. It's hard to tell from the way this chart ends. But either way, this is not normal by any account. And this tells me that it's algorithmic trading, guys. And we need something with volume to come in to make this move up. Now, you can see that right before the news broke today, interestingly enough, they shot it back down. And we tried to climb back up, but again, kicked right back into that algorithmic trading for the remainder of the day. I'm going to quickly bring up that article, then I'm going to go over the ortex. So give me just 1 second. Okay, guys. So first we see this article, MULN stock. MULN dips despite eliminating $17.5 million in debt. Around 2 p.m. we got an article that came out announcing that they eliminated it. It said, this article states, the news update from MULN Automotive reveals a $17.5 million reduction in debt. This has seen the company drop its debt from roughly $30 million last year to only about $11 million after the newest reduction. David Mitchery, chairman and CEO of MULN Automotive, weighed in on the debt reduction with a statement below. We continue to make great progress on our overall company financial health. This recent elimination of debt makes us financially stronger now, allowing the company to maintain its focus on its various EV initiatives. Despite this positive news, MULN stock is still heading lower today. That's likely the cause of a broken promise from the EV company. It said it would reveal details of a Fortune 500 customer by the end of quarter 2. It didn't, and investors are still waiting to learn more about that matter. Guys, I have to be perfectly honest. The fact that they didn't reveal that was not good for MULN stock, unfortunately. I'd like to say it's different, but I'm going to bring up the next article that we see, which is what tends to be the focus right now on MULN. MULN stock, still no Fortune 500 update for MULN. This is by Larry Raymer at Investor Palace 8 hours ago. Electric vehicle startup MULN Automotive continues to be high on investors' radar, and MULN stock is now sinking more than 6% in pre-market trading after MULN promised to disclose the name of the Fortune 500 company with which it said it was working by the end of the second quarter. The company has failed to uphold upheld its commitment. Missing information. As I reported on July 2nd, MULN CEO David Michery disclosed on March 30th that the automaker had received an order for vans from a major Fortune 500 company. In early June, Michery promised that by June 30th, the automaker would disclose the identity of its Fortune 500 customer. MULN, however, has not yet revealed the name of the Fortune 500 firm, which, according to Michery, was participating in a pilot program and had been pleased with the results of the trial. So, guys, I'm going to end that one there because there's no need to keep talking about it tumbling because we're well aware of what's going on with the stock. And again, I told you all before that if the information was not disclosed, the Fortune 500, company was not disclosed that last day in June, that we would see shorts take advantage of the situation, which is exactly what we're seeing. Now let's take a look at the ortex data for these three companies. Okay, guys, we are going to start with MULN. So MULN short interest today is 13.69%. It's an increase of 1.55% with a total short interest of 51.62 million shares. As you can see, they borrowed 6.5 million shares today and returned only 4.2 million shares. So that gives us an increase of 1.86 million shares borrowed. And the cost to borrow is currently 31.7% with a max of 58.08% and a minimum of 12.23%. So guys, it appears that MULN short interest continues to climb. Now we're going to look at Redbox's short interest, which, surprise, surprise, not really, guys. The short interest continues to increase. We are currently at a short interest of 136.99%, so essentially 137% short, with a increase of 1.46% today. And guys, the total short interest is again greater than the entire free float at 5.4 million shares. Today, they borrowed 395.5 thousand shares and returned only 279.9 thousand shares. So that is an increase of 115.6 thousand shares. And the cost to borrow average has gone down slightly. I guess, guys, they're trying to encourage people to borrow this stock and short it because the average is still huge, 544.98% with a max of 737.66% and a minimum of 11.08%. And finally, we have lovely REVMULN, who also, surprise, surprise, not really, had an increase in their short interest. Guys, REVMULN is on the threshold list with a short interest of 77.84%, which is an increase of 1.14%. That is 4.1 million shares short. Guys, this is another stock with a very tiny float, so it's very easy to move. And as I showed you, the chart looks amazing. So today, guys, this is crazy. They borrowed 60.2 thousand shares and only returned 19.1 thousand shares. So that's an increase of 41.1 thousand shares. Guys, look at this. The cost to borrow is getting higher and higher on REVMULN. It is getting ready to make a big move, in my honest opinion. Currently, the minimum, guys, is 802.66%. The average is 838.58%, and the max is over 1,000% at 1.03 thousand%, guys. This is absolutely insane. This is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. If I were going to bet on all three of them, as much as I want to say Redbox is going to go first, Rev is looking juicier and juicier by the day. Again, it could be either of them. We don't know what games are in store for us, but in this lovely stock market, you better believe there'll be plenty. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and follow. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful night.